I'm going to be going over the case of Christina Whittaker, who's been missing since 2009 from Missouri. And that's coming up next. Christina Whittaker, she's also known as Christina Young, was last seen on November 13th, 2009. She lived in the Oakwood neighborhood in Hannibal, Missouri. And she'd gone to a bar at the 611 Broadway on November 13th. And she was at this bar called Rookies. And then later she went over to this bar called Sportsman Bar. And it was reported that she was kicked out of the bar. And that was around 11:30 p.m. And she started going for different bars, trying to find a ride home, according to her mom, Cindy Young. She asked the bartender to tell her friends that she needed a ride home, and she was getting no success. She went to another bar and asked for a ride home, and no one would give her a ride home. And she got so upset about it that she actually was crying. Now, according to her mom, she said that Christina called her boyfriend around 10:30 that same evening and said that she'd be home by midnight, but that she was going to stop and get some food for him on her way home. But she never showed up. No one has seen her since. Now, if you look at this map, you'll see the different locations that she went to there on Broadway and over on South 7th Street. And she walked around. This is a small area, and she's in the middle of a commercial area there, and there's some houses in the back. But we think there would be a lot of people around that area and probably some surveillance video, but I have not heard that they ever got any surveillance video that shows her leaving or going anywhere. Now, her phone was found on the 200 block of 7th Street near Church Street. You can see the map there where that was at. So she doesn't have her phone. There's no way of tracking her. So Travis Blackwell, Christina's boyfriend, he took a polygraph test with the police and he passed it, reportedly. I haven't seen anything that came from the police, but this is coming from the family. And then later, Travis and Cindy Young, Christine's mother, and Dustin Johnston, that would be the baby's father, Christine's baby's father, went on the Steve Wilkos show. Now, you might remember that show, and I don't know if it's still on or not, but they went on there to discuss Christina's disappearance. And during that show, Steve Wilkos came right out and he said that Travis had not passed the polygraph test that they had given him. In fact, he didn't pass it twice. And everything was wild and crazy when that information came out.
Cindy Young says she regrets being on the Steve Wilkos show.
They take families' tragedies and they turn them into their ratings. You know what I mean? They don't care about us. They don't care about the people, the cases. They promised us to get Christina's face out there to help find her and get her home. I mean, it is getting her face out there, but I mean, it's not helping us get her home, by making people believe she's dead.
But Cindy Young came out and she said that he took the polygraph test at the Hannibal Police Department and he passed that one. So she's backing Travis. She doesn't think he's got anything to do with Christina's disappearance whatsoever. Now, there has been sightings of Christina, and back in 2013, the Las Vegas World News reported that Christina had been seen in Illinois at the Radines County Cafe in Creve Coeur near East Period. Excuse me for butchering that. And that was about 4 a.m., just a few days after she went missing. So the person that spotted her worked at that cafe, and they stated that positively it was her, but her hair was a different color, and she knew positively that was her. But she hasn't There's been other sightings here and there, but nothing confirmed.
Demeet Tamar, who owns Tony's Market, says his employees called police to report the possible sighting.
Do Peoria police think that Christina Whittaker is in this area?
We don't have any confirmation.
That, I don't know if that's ever been confirmed it was really her or not. I don't know. I don't think they ever got any video from the cafe. Sometimes people could swear that that person, they seen that person and find out later it wasn't actually them. Now, according to the Charlie Project, Christina suffered from bipolar and depression, and she was taking medication for this. Now, this may also be the reason why she was kicked out of the bar. She was drinking and she was also taking her medication. It may not have mixed very well, and she may have become disorientated when she left, trying to find herself a ride home. But then, like I said before, she called her boyfriend, Travis Blackwell, and told him that she was on her way home and would be there by midnight. So she must have been clear enough for him to think that she was all right. Otherwise, I think he would have went and got her if he felt that she was in a bad way. So this is the way the things have kind of, at first it's like she got kicked out of the bar, and now everything was fine and she's going to stop and get food and bring it home. All right. Now, it's possible that Christina could have just walked away and she could be homeless. And this is what I thought when I first ran across this story and wrote about it several years back. But so much time has gone by now, I don't know if she would still be homeless. I would think that she would call home. Not only that, she had a 7-month-old baby girl. And I would think for sure she wouldn't just walk away and leave her baby behind. It just doesn't seem like something that would happen. And I'm sure her mother would agree with me on that.
You can take somebody's child away. You can't take their hope and their faith away. And no one will ever take that from me.
Now, the Hannibal Police Department did search for her. And they got other agencies and they followed leads. But they have not been able to locate Christina. And she's still out there and still missing. So if you happen to take a look at her photos, remember they were taken back in 2009. If you happen to know Christina Young or Christina Whittaker and you think that might be the same person that is missing, please let the police know. If you think you've spotted her, try to get a photograph and send it over to the police so they can verify whether it's her or not. And if you have any information, you can call the Hannibal Police Department at 573-221-0987. All right, thank you, everybody. See you soon. Bye-bye.